All right. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Time to go live. Let's get ready to go live in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right. Frank Monday coming at you from the central kingdom of the celestial dragon, Twilight Zone, Old Peking, far behind the bamboo firewall. Once again, like Finnegan. So if you've got a yen to expand your kin, then let's get zen. Me and you, baby. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Wizard, warrior, wanderer, and wildcat alike, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission. I hope you are doing well and doing good magic. That's what keeps the lead in my pencil, baby, getting the magic done. Please check me out on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. That way you can put a little something in the tip jar, show a little bit of appreciation. For the transmission. Okay, we're already getting interruption signals from the YouTubes. We'll leave it the way it is. We'll leave all settings the way it is and see if it works out all right. I hope you are hearing me clearly, Wayfarer. And if it's your first time, don't let it be your last time. Hit the sub button, hit the likes, leave a comment on the video. Keep them barking like Pavlov's dog. So what we're going to get into today is we've been doing further studies in the world of magic and demonstrating that it constitutes definite scientific proof of the supreme reality of the world of magic. And so I wanted to ask the question about Solomon's alleged pact with the devil. I mean, the concept of a Faustian bargain where an individual exchanges their very soul or moral integrity for knowledge, power, worldly gain, or spiritual powers, right, has captivated human imagination for a long time, since the early days. Hell, we've been writing about it for at least 5,000 years. You know, the ancient Sumerians and Babylonians, they were engaged in this type of antiquitech. This archetype is most famously encapsulated in the tale of Faust. But what about the tale of Solomon, right? Faust was a scholar who makes a pact with the devil, trading his eternal soul for temporal pleasures and knowledge. I think this theme resonates across cultures. We find it in all of the major cultures. And it's one of the most intriguing figures often associated with dark dealings with the devil is King Solomon and his Ars Goetia, or Lemegeton, right, the lesser key of Solomon, where he trapped the 72 demons of the Goetia in the brass vessel and used them to build his temple and do a lot of other things, right? He was revered for his wisdom and magical abilities, sanctioned at first by God. But did Solomon's legacy, it raises the question, did he make a Faustian bargain? Let's find out. And the way we're going to find out, guys, is we're going to look into the sphere that has that record, right? The Akashic record. We'll do that directly via the astral light. With little ingenuity, specific tests may be undertaken with the object of testing the relationship between geometrical symbols, the visions obtained therefrom by means of the body of light technique, and the correspondences of these figures recorded in proper books. It has been written that various elements, right, the seal of Solomon, in fact, fire, water, spirit, air, and earth, the pentagram, are attributed to the 5 points of the pentagram. Yeah, so depending entirely on the direction in which the lines are traced, the figure either invokes or banishes the beings pertaining to that element. All right, so we're going to be looking more into this, man. We're going to find out if he struck a Faustian bargain. And then the other question looms large in the background, right? Will God punish you with hellfire for doing such a thing? I'd like to welcome to the Ideas Room any visitors out there in Happy Land that might be participating. Remember, these are further inquiries into the world of magic. Namaste to you, Dominique. Yeah, always a good time, man. Always a good time. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. The trouble that we get into. What trouble that we get into in sweet home San Diego. All right, guys, I'm going to run the intro. Sit back and enjoy. It's another one of those old Frank Monday productions coming at ya.
Okay guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead, well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday. Did anyone want to repeat it?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that shit. Nick's a good man. You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the Jing is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my...
Fuck me, man. These platforms, man, every time I try to run something, they disconnect me. I'm going to restart that, guys, because it got interrupted. The internet bumped me. I'm back now, though. Let me see if it'll play straight through without interruption. I'll give it one last opportunity. The Frank Monday intro, man. It's good stuff. Good magic, man. I appreciate Frank Monday productions coming at ya. Jesus is the King of Kings. Jesus is the Savior. Jesus is the Almighty God. No, that's right.
Okay guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead, well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday. Did anyone want to repeat it?
Frank motherfucking Monday, baby. Shake your ass. Get on up on your stage. Transvestites from Transylvania. Nice.
You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the Jing is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my wife.
Onion ring. Yeah, they're all right.
Hey, be watching for the Star Wars blog Rebellion coming out in December. You'll love it. It's follow-up to the award-winning Generations. Oh yeah. There you go, Frank.
Here's my burger. right. Frank Monday, guys, coming at you once again like Finnegan out of Twilight Zone Old Weekend. I hope you are doing well this evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you're at. If you're in London, have an afternoon tea, or in Beijing, might be in the middle of the day, just after lunch, man. Maybe you're in Los Angeles, headed into the abodes of twilight. The abodes tonight. Thank you for joining Frank Monday on another transmission. King Solomon, sorcerer or sage, did he make a Faustian bargain? And if so, what does that mean exactly? What does that entail? Thank you for joining the Lunar Light Entertainment transmission. Let's open up the show right tonight, guys, with the Invocation of Tahuti by Israel Regardi. If you know it, sing along, baby. This is good magic right here.
Invocation of Thoth. Procul, o procul esti profani, or lasti ompeda. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ivy's head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemes as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dust, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who company the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of wrong, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance wherein Ptah floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise up flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Kefra, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tamu, Lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a God sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah when he createth his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, or light, or power. So, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth hath ever nourished the changeless godhead of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one may be obedient unto me.
Now, please join with me in a recitation of the adoration of Abraxas, Abrahadabra. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and a cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Hail unto thee who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee who art raw in thy strength, who travellest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti, god of magic, standeth in his splendor at the prow, and Rahor abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of the night. Remember, O dear neophyte, goodness alone is power, silence is strength, will regaineth omnipotence, and love lieth at the foundation. For is it not said by the great beast himself, Aleister Crowley, that love is the law, love under will, and do what thou wilt is the whole of the law. Good magic, Wayfarer, and welcome back. We're going to get into it. We're going to be discussing a very pertinent and worthwhile question to our inquiries into the astral light and the realms of magic. But before we do so, enjoy this delightful song from Dweller of the Dark. He knows, as many of you do. Lost connection. Are you serious?
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl.
The Dark presents
Devils in your bed,
runs deep.
their whispers so loud. Witches on my heels, so they'll steal. Running in the dark, truth they conceal. Blood on the walls, spattering us safe. God can't help the dead, no time to fake. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light. Fear in every breath, the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering us sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering us sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
All right, good magic from Dweller of the Dark at Dweller of the Dark here on YouTube. Make sure you check out a young creator and put a little something something in the tip jar for him. Tell him that Frank Monday sent you. Good magic, The Shadow from the Steeple by Robert Bloch, written in loving memory of H.P. Lovecraft III in the Robert Blake cycle. Good magic, enjoy it. Get out there and read it. Read The Dweller at the Threshold and many other great works within the increasingly available canon of cosmic horror and gothic horror from the late 19th, early 20th century American writers. Many Brits as well. Lots of good magic out there, guys. Get into it. Just dig into it. Get it done. Don't be afraid of the dark, Wayfarer. Quit the darkness and seek the light. That's the way to get good magic done. Let me see. What can I drop here? I dropped the intro. Got videos to load, man. We got shit to get into. We're going to have a great show today, guys. We're just getting started. So if it's your first time, don't let it be your last time. Welcome to the transmission. Good looking out. I appreciate you being here. This will definitely not load because this platform doesn't allow videos bigger than 250 megabytes, and I'm not going to take time to cut it up. You know what? So we're just going to go straight to the topic of today's conversation, man. See, we can probably get an hour out of this show, guys, unless somebody wants to join the show, right? You know, I don't like monologuing for endless amounts of time. It's just like jerking off on the internet, right? It's not any kind of fun. Understanding the Faustian bargain, guys. So a Faustian bargain embodies the struggle between ambition and moral compromise. The archetype symbolizes a pivotal moment where an individual is tempted to forsake their moral compass for immediate gain. The underlying narrative typically involves three main thematic things. One is desire for knowledge or power. Another is to make a deal with the devil. And then finally, the consequences of those actions, right? Everyone believes in freedom of speech, action, and thought. Thought, speech, and action, but they don't consider that there are always consequences. So when considering your desire for knowledge or power, a protagonist may seek something beyond human reach, ultimate wisdom, immense power, or dominion, right? And then the second part of that, a demonic entity offers this knowledge or power in exchange for either in the entirety of the protagonist's soul or eternal servitude, right? And possible damnation in the pit. Consequences usually play out as the protagonist ultimately faces dire repercussions for their choices, often leading to their downfall, right? And thus we get the statements like pride cometh before a fall, the whole idea of hubris from the literary archive. And many stories portray that, right? But what are the accuracy of those stories? This trope serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and ethical dilemmas that accompany the pursuit of power. Solomon was known as the wise king, son of David and Bathsheba. He's a central figure in various religious texts, including the Hebrew Bible, the Quran, and the Talmud. Known for his unparalleled wisdom, Solomon is credited with numerous accomplishments, including but not limited to the construction of the first temple in Israel, the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, and mastery of magic and the occult. This one interests us the most. But the construction of the temple was a monumental achievement, and it symbolized the connection between God and the Israelites. In Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, wisdom literature attributed to Solomon, showcasing his philosophical reflections on life, where we get such gems as "there's nothing new under the sun," and we may be slowly discovering that Solomon was involved in antiquitech, and that's what he really meant by trapping spirits in a brass vessel, was creating the Baghdad battery, and his reference to a dark mirror may in fact have been an early form of telepathic clairvoyant communication over the aether, much like the computers we use today. Though probably even better. From what I understood, he could reach straight into the dark mirror and pull things out. So though he had a laptop, it had a portal, right? A dark mirror portal, a black hole in it. Solomon's often depicted as a master magician capable of commanding spirits and controlling demons. It's this last aspect of Solomon's legacy that's particularly pertinent when discussing the possibility of a Faustian bargain, right? So let's look a little more deeply at that. And before we do, I still got the thing shut up wrong here. Let me try to realign and rearrange all this old happy horse shit. Am I still going to be able to be on the screen? Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know how much confidence I have in Restream, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and drop the link if you want to join in. If you want to chime in, this one's open to elite master magicians and CEOs of their lives only. No trolls or haters need click the link. So yeah, keep your trigger finger in your pocket, jerking on your little snake or hitting your button rather than clicking that link, because I'm not going to entertain parasites and other pestilent provocateurs. So the esoteric of tradition and his magic is the realm of esotericism. King Solomon occupies a significant position as a figure of arcane knowledge and magical prowess. Various texts and traditions have emerged over the centuries that delve into Solomon's alleged dealings with the supernatural. Notable among these are the Testament of Solomon, the Key of Solomon, and some later Kabbalistic interpretations. So in the Testament of Solomon, it's a pseudo epigraphical text believed to date back to the first few centuries CE. And so it's very early, one of the very earliest texts, and it presents Solomon as a ruler who could control demons through a magical seal. And we'll look more into that magical seal, the seal of Solomon, and the Star of David. Those types of things have immediate reference to what we're getting into. The text deals how Solomon constructs the temple by summoning various demons, each with specific powers. This narrative reinforces the idea that Solomon possessed extraordinary magic abilities, raising the question of how he attained such power, right? And I would postulate that he did it through God's grace, right? He petitioned to the highest noble source at that time, the Yahweh, the Yeshua. Yeshua wasn't quite there yet. They hadn't added the sheen to the tetragrammaton. But yeah, it was by use of the tetragrammaton and understanding of it. That would be my postulate. So the Key of Solomon was a foundational grimoire in Western occultism. It's also called the Ars Goetia or the Lemegeton. The Key of Solomon outlines rituals, symbols, and invocations for summoning spirits. This text attributed to Solomon and suggests that he mastered the art of magic through divine knowledge, right? And the sleep of Shialam. While the text itself does not explicitly mention any Faustian bargain, it implies a deep connection between Solomon's wisdom and his dealings with supernatural forces and the infernal realm, right? That's what he was engaged in. And these dimensions, celestial, terrestrial, and infernal, they're like Russian nesting dolls, guys. They're interweaved. Not only like Russian nesting dolls, but also like concentric circles and also like dimensions within dimensions. So they're present simultaneously. Now, Finally, it's the Kabbalistic tradition. Solomon's often viewed as a symbol of the interplay between the divine wisdom and earthly power. Kabbalists interpret his ability to command demons as a manifestation between balance between good and evil, right? Suggesting that his knowledge came at a significant spiritual cost. And that's what we want to avoid, right? We want to avoid any negative repercussions in our magic. And that's why we set up the parameters that empower the magician to avoid any nastiness in his work. I got all these banners fucking fucked off in the wrong direction. Okay, we're back at it, guys. We got good magic going on. Don't forget, Wayfarer, to take a deep breath from time to time. Inhale deeply, powerful, enriching spirit energy from the Lord Himself, right? Directly, that scintillating white light. Inhale. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Command yourself to relax. Golden light meditation, the relaxation ritual, the entire temple of the body. Relax from head to toe. And then manifest your astral light in front of you, just beyond arm's reach, right? In the form of your magical sigil. Take another deep breath using that same scintillating white light to invigorate your sigil. Deep. And then close your eyes and allow that sigil to reflect in the mind, commanding in your magical energy and relaxation. Wow, what a thing, man. One more breath like that, and you're going to be ready to fly in the astral light, in the body of light. Take another deep breath. Use that scintillating light to send your sigil out into the responsive nature of the cosmos. Now all you need to do is let go and relax, and that will return to you either immediately as a reflection or in a timely fashion where all your wishes come true, because your wish is my command. Abrahadabra. Good magic, man. Keep getting your good magic done, guys. It's a 3-step process of volantia, decreeism, and paucism. It's just the ask equation. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find the light. Knock and the doors of the temple will fly open to you. So the alleged pact, while direct references to Solomon making a Faustian bargain are scarce, several interpretations and narratives hint at this notion. There's the acquisition of knowledge. In Solomon's request for wisdom, as depicted in the biblical narrative, it can be viewed as a form of a Faustian bargain. When God offered Solomon anything he desired, Solomon chose wisdom above all else. This choice, while seemingly noble, led to the accumulation of knowledge that could be seen as a double-edged sword, right? Later, Solomon's reign was marked by immense wealth, power, and influence. However, this success came with moral complexities, including his relationships with foreign women and the worship of their pagan deities. Isn't that interesting, right? The temptation of power and the subsequent moral decline resemble the consequences faced by Faust after his deal with the devil went sour, right? Then there's the symbolism inherent in the Seal of Solomon. The Seal of Solomon, often depicted as the pentagram, and then the Star of David as the hexagram, or the hexagrammal star, right? The triangle up, triangle down. It's imbued with magical significance. It symbolizes, both these symbols symbolize control over spiritual entities, suggesting that Solomon's power came at a price. In esoteric traditions, such symbols are often associated with pacts made in exchange for knowledge or power. Now, there are consequences to these pacts, guys, so you have to be wary of this. We've lost connection. Are we even still transmitting? Oops, connection lost. Reconnecting. Connection. Let me check the feedback loop, guys. They're playing games with me. They always got to fucking be playing games with Frank Monday, interrupting his transmission. That's okay. I don't even know how much of that we lost, right? Yeah. Who knows? There it goes again. There it goes again. Connection lost. Reconnecting. Connection lost. Reconnecting. What a crock of shit. Yeah. Guys, due to the bamboo firewall, this is why it's just a little bit infuriating and frustrating to even attempt to do live shows and have fun with you guys. But, it is what it is, man. We'll keep this one short. We'll keep it to an hour. I just wanted to tune in and touch base and see if everybody out in Happy Land was doing all right. So y'all good looking sexy people, keep shaking your love maker and getting shit done. We'll finish up this little essay I got going, and then we'll move on to the abodes of the future and see what's happening. Yeah, they're fucking with my computer. They're fucking with my ability to transmit. They're fucking with everything that's got anything to do. Okay, so consequences of Solomon's alleged pact, whether literal or metaphorical, manifested in various forms. Number one was moral decline. As Solomon's power grew, so did his moral failings. His accumulation of wealth and foreign alliances led to idolatry and a departure from the teachings of his forefathers. This moral decline reflects the classic narrative of a Faustian bargain, where the quest for power leads to spiritual corruption. Following Solomon's death, the kingdom of Israel was divided, leading to a significant decline in the power and influence he had built. This division can be interpreted as a consequence of his choices, much like Faust's eventual downfall following his pact. Solomon's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition and potential pitfalls of seeking knowledge and power without the ethical consideration and God's good graces, right? The narrative invites reflection on the cost of such pursuits, resonating with the essence of the very Faustian bargain. I believe, guys, that the idea of a Faustian bargain could resonate deeply with the narrative of King Solomon, which explicitly stated or implied it. His quest for wisdom, mastery of magic, and eventual moral decline evoke the archetypical struggle between ambition and ethical integrity. Solomon's legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities involved in the pursuit of knowledge and power, inviting individuals to reflect on their own choices and potential consequences that may arise from them. In the end, the tale of Solomon as a wizard king encapsulates the timeless conflict between the pursuit of greatness and the moral dilemmas that may accompany it, ensuring that the story of reign remains relevant in discussions of esotericism, power, and the human condition. Wayfarer, that's what I've got for you today. I just thought I would share my thoughts on pontificating on King Solomon, sorcerer or sage, and ask the question, right? And I'll leave it to you, dear listener, to answer that question. If you make a Faustian bargain, will God punish you with hellfire if you step awry of his commandments, right, and his good graces? So keep that in mind as you move forward in your works of magic. And also keep in mind, Wayfarer, I'm here for you. Reach out to me, leave a comment on the video, say hello, stop back often to check for new videos and content, and keep doing good magic. Check me out at buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. Maybe put a little something in the tip jar, right? Keep the old lead in the pencil. I am going to finish off today's transmission with another wonderful bit of music from Dweller of the Dark. Let's see what I've got here. I think this one's ready for action. We will double check, though, to make sure that the booby tube is responding correctly, and it's not. It's taking a little while to process it. Yeah. So what are we here for, right? We're here for the continuation of our lives and all lives. We're here as workshops of the subtle origin, and we're here as well-wishers and wayfarers of everyone along the path, right? If you read the blurb on my old Frank Monday channel, you could see that I delineate it quite clearly in the paragraph I wrote about the good magic that I'm up to, right? Let me find it here real quick, guys. See if I've got it ready. Yeah. By the light of the North Star, our paths cross on a grand and mysterious adventure towards spiritual cultivation and spiritual mastery. The Universal Concourse of all souls in reunion with Source is our destination. From the depths of the Fathomless Cavern to the Spectral Abodes of the Underdark, through the chamber of endless echoes and the labyrinth of shattered mirrors, up the Ladder of Ascent to the very ledge of revelation, onward and upward beyond Dreamland and the realms of the infernal to the celestial realm and the Timeless Homeland. Join me on the fool's journey from a naive awareness to the heights of spiritual mastery, because I am your friend and well-wisher, Frank Monday, trying to get good magic done for you guys.
Devils down in Judas Mill, one in my heart, one in my soul still, till the last star take never get their fill. In the night under the moon's cold glow, they weave spells and secrets that only shadows know. Devils down in Judas Mill won't ever break free from her thrill. Under skies so dark and wide, she'll haunt till the last star dies. Devils down in Judas Mill, wanting my heart, wanting my soul still, till the last stars decline. This vixen will take more than my wine. Damn the vampires in Judas Mill, taking they take, never get their fill. In the night under the moon's cold glow, they weave spells and secrets that only shadows know. Devils down in Judas Mill won't ever break free from her thrill. Under skies so dark and wide, she'll haunt till the last star dies. Under skies so dark and wide, she'll haunt till the last star dies.
All right. That was Dweller of the Dark, guys. Good magic. I really appreciate that. We are constantly breaking up, though, and losing connection. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's show, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Please hit the likes for the YouTube algobots. Don't forget to check me out on buymeacoffee.com. And I'll finish up with the invocation of total integration. If you know it, say it with me, right? Heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous universal law. As the original oneness expresses itself, gross and subtle energies become distinctly divided. Our bodily caves are brightly illuminated by the mysterious light from the three Dantian, bridge points leading to immortality. The powerful spirits of the 8 directions conjoin our beings with the true origin of life. By the absolute order of the divine Ling Bao in the highest 9th heaven, send the positive energies of Qianlou, Danna, Dunkan, and Taishuan to destroy our spiritual obstacles and debilitate any evil influence. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. This order is given by the highest what the disconnected. Sorry, guys. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. I invoke with strong sincerity to drive away the demons and evils and lengthen my healthy years. The attained spirits respond. The evil demon king, Mo Wang, is chained to stand as our guard and servant. The powerful atmosphere has been generated, dispersing all negativity. The Chi of Tao is everlasting. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. All right, y'all good-looking sex people out in Happy Land. Keep doing good magic. Check back often, and I'll see you in the abodes of the future. Until then, ad astra per aspera. Carpe diem. Get out there and